All right, let's move on to You Are Gonna Need a Bigger Boat. These are our favorite lines from the film. We have condensed ourselves down to our top 5 lines from the film. My number 5 is when David is tying up Jolie. If you notice, he says, I'm going to tie it 4 times because 4 times really means something. Thought that was a clever callback, and he almost says it under, like, it's said within so much chaos that you could miss it if you're not really listening.
I didn't miss it. I didn't miss it. First off, it's shade. I never miss shade. Number one, and number two is just like I heard what you said an hour ago. I didn't really get it, but now I know you on some other shit, bitch. Here's 4 times, because this really now that doesn't mean the same thing for you that it did for me, but this really means something. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. One of my favorite quotes came, and I know we're only really supposed. Was it 3 or 5?
5.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you. I had about 7, weirdly. One of the first ones that caught me was, not all rich kids are soulless, and not all psychologists care about dreams.
Yeah,
To me, that was like it just goes to show you, like we talked to when we talked to Brandon doing this episode, you heard him mention that, like, why would I give a fuck about this trust fund baby? Okay, that's one perspective, but again, I guess the person who wrote this was like, you know what, why would I give a fuck about this? Maybe I should have some sentiment on the other side saying, you know, not all rich people are soulless. Like, you're gonna be who you are regardless in life, whether you're born into money or not. If you're a hard worker, you're gonna work hard. If you're an asshole, you're gonna be an asshole.
And he obviously had at least a conscience within him, because this is your conscience talking. He obviously had a conscience in him, because this is all taking place within his subconscious,
Right?
And he's torturing himself. So
Yes.
that unless you have a subconscious to feel guilty, there would have been no conflict within his lucid dream.
It's almost like your left shoulder and right shoulder said, F you, vessel, we're finna just go at it up here.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on that. Yes, sir.
My number 4 is when Aaron, the guard, played by Michael Shannon, when his character bursts into McCabe and David's session, McCabe says, "Please leave right now. I'll take responsibility." And then David, almost childlike, follows it up, like echoes him and says, "Please leave. He's got control."
Very much so. Very much so.
Leave right now. He's got control.
So my point is that here's the thing that lets me know that, again, subconsciously, David part of him still knows he's at LE, because we never see that even when he was being as brash as he was when he walked into the board at the beginning of the film. It's like, now tell me something, tell me a report. Like he was never really over holy, but when he says that, it has him like, yeah, he's in control. Because at the end of the bar, when tech support comes in, they tell him, like, you're in control. Like, he knows that. So I do like that. I didn't go in order from 1 to 5, but I did make 5. One of the other ones that I had was, I don't care if God calls, I'm very, very busy. It made me feel like he was Jerry Maguire for a second when he said that. So I really like that.
Epic. That's like the Titanic parable. Like, where even God can't sink this ship.
Yeah.
You know that ship's about to go down.
It's going down hard.
Same thing with David Ames. And he comes out and says something like that. It's like, okay, there's only one direction somebody can go from
After
that
saying that
level.
It's one thing to be an atheist, but to be an antagonist,
is
different.
Exactly. Yes, very nice.
Thank
you.
you.
You can not believe, but don't antagonize.
Yes, thank you.
Don't admit. If you believe there's a God, don't be stupid about it.
Yeah.
My number 3 is after they almost get hit by the truck. Brian says, my own death was right in front of me. You know what happened? Your life flashed before my eyes. And David says, how was it? He goes, almost worth dying for.
We spoke about that earlier in the episode, and so, like I told you, that's not only just one of the best quotes, it's really one of the key cogs to the actual film itself. It's only a mask if you treat it that way. And what I took from that was, it wasn't a metaphor as far as just a physical mask. It's like, if you have how people say I have a disability, no, that's my ability. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what, the only thing I can say is, across all religions, atheists, and knowledge of whoever you are, is that no one is perfect. That's what I truly do know. That's what we all have in common, is that no one is perfect. No one can say I am great or I'm the best at everything, and that's been proven throughout history. So with that being said, when she says that, it's just another little subtle jab, a subconscious jab in the film to say, listen, okay, I'm crippled. Yeah, because I walk like this. Maybe you're a person that has attention deficit or a hypertension, you need to move a little bit slower. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Or I don't have a bunch of muscles. Well, that's because this is your biggest muscle, your mental muscle. Like, you need to read. You're a smart person. You see what I'm saying? So just because it's not a con, it's a pro. Use it. Yeah.
My number 2 on the rooftop tech support says, "Don't feel bad for him, David. He's your creation. It's in his nature to fight for his existence. He's not real." And McCabe, this is Kurt Russell's a testament to his awesome performance, because he almost concedingly just says, "I'm real. I'm real," and you could tell when he's saying something, feeling something else. Like, he at that point you're watching him have the epiphany that, oh shit, and he's like, "I have 2 daughters. What's their names?"
That beat right there,
I'm real.
No, that beat that he does right there, that's what separates I want to act from I am an actor. That beat. And kids, if you don't know what a beat is, David's going to put the definition right there. But a beat is simply when an actor does not use words. It's a line either that's delivered to them or that they deliver, and then there are moments after where they emote that line, not verbally but emotionally, and that's what, when you meet that synergy, that's what takes you to the next level as an artist.
And he's saying the same line twice, but completely different performances to portray something different in each one. The first one, he's proclaiming it, "I'm real," and then he takes that beat, he thinks about it. Now he's trying to convince himself and David with the second one, "I'm real," but he's already lost all confidence.
It almost goes into Jeopardy format. Rest in peace, Alex Trebek. We have to have that in the form of a question. He's like, "I'm real. I'm real." Like, if I'm not, say something right now. Like,
how heartbreaking is that too? Like, him thinking, like, "I have 2 daughters. What's their names?" He now at that point, he's not real. Not only is he not real, but these feelings that he has for these manifestations that have been placed in him, they're not real.
It almost made it seem like...
Is this what the future of entertainment is?
The actual Kurt Russell got the rest of the script at that time. Like, wait a minute. I'm not real? Yeah. Like I think, because remember, he took the role without reading the script. So he's like, "I'm real," right? So that might have been real. Now that I think about it, I should have moved that. Look at me. You're in OJ land, man. I mean, guys, we don't need any explanation on that. That says it all, right? That you're in OJ land, man.
That I didn't catch that the first time I watched it, but in the rewatch, I was like, oh my god, that's a really pointed reference.
I know Brandon said the movie didn't age well. Well, that quote did.
Yeah. All right, my number 1 is when he's getting the new prosthetic with the board of doctors. That's great. For a minute there, I thought we were talking about a fucking mask. That is like, all right, Tom Cruise has now Tom Cruised in this film, so I've at least got that much out of it.
Yes, I agree with you, and I brought that up earlier. I did not know that was going to be your one, but my number 1 quote from the film, and this was my number 1. I know I didn't do it in order. Was, "Once you've been driven off a bridge at 80 miles an hour, you don't let happiness in without a full body search." So he's basically saying, like, David, you should be happy right now. Like, hey man, please. Like he's letting them know, like, hey man, listen. So even he has set up, as we all have in our life, once we've been emotionally hurt or we've hurt someone, we set up boundaries not to be hurt. And again, I truly think that David's life, this is a tale of how David's life spiraled down so much that he broke past every little mental barrier he had, and that his subconscious was so strong, as they always tell us, the subconscious is very strong, that even Life Extension didn't have a safeguard for what he was going through. He wasn't the only one. At the time, they only had like 38 to 45 patients, and they already had tech support. So what does that tell you?
That lends to the idea that he is controlling everything that's happening in his mind, and of course it's going haywire because he's so guarded against letting happiness in.
Yes, because he knows what will happen. So yeah, there you go. Hey guys, you're gonna need a bigger boat. Of course, a reference, if we've never told you guys, to one of the best classic 80 movies ever, Jaws.
Why don't you subscribe? It'll last longer.